All right, in this video, we're going to talk about the remove object method. So this one is Boolean. It has return type Boolean, so we either need to return true or false. And then here we're looking for a specific object to remove in there. So it's going to remove the first occurrence of the specified element. All right, so and again, the reason for this is I'm just following Java's specifications on the remove element in the list, the design, the way they did it. Just try to be consistent about things. So, so here, what we're going to do is use index of to find the index where this thing is located, if it is in there. So we're going to call that. So int index equals index of. Object O. That's going to either give us a valid index, right, or -1 if the element's not in there. So if index is not equal to -1, then I'm going to return false. Hey, we didn't find it, so nothing was removed. Okay. All right, and then otherwise, that means we did find it in there at a valid index, and so we can use index remove, remove at an index, the one that we did in the previous video, to remove it out of the index. And at that point, just return true out of there. All right, so to test that one out, let's do B, remove B. And then we'll try to remove one that's not in there. So let's say Y is not in there. Okay. So we should get a false, a true and a false out of there. On the very last two, you can see that we do. So running it in Canvas just to check. So remove B, that's right here at index 2. So when I step into that, right, it's going to find, hey, is it in there? So, and here we find that the index is 2. It's located at 2. So then we just use the remove at index 2, and that removes B out of there. And then we return true. When we try to remove Y, right, we'll get -1, right, for the index. And so that'll just hit here and return false. And so nothing was changed out of there. Notice here we didn't have to adjust the size, right? Remember that was done up here in the remove index one. So that's why we didn't remove the size. Size is correct on here. Now, if you are experimenting out with, say, an array like this, then, and you want to use the remove method, then you need to be a little bit careful about how you do that. If, say, for instance, here, if I do on this one numbers dot remove 4, you might think, okay, it's going to remove 4 here, right? But if you run that, it's remove 4, right? It's not going to remove the value of 4. It's going to remove the 102, right? Because that's at index 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that's going to remove that, okay? So if I just put an int in there, right, it's It's going to remove the element at index 4. So if you actually want to remove the value 4 because of that, right, then you would do remove, and it's I think it's integer dot value of 4. Okay, that looks okay, and if I do that, then and run that in Canvas, run down to here. Okay, so now I did integer dot value of 4. That's going to return an integer object. That, remember, integer is the wrapper class for int, and so that won't trigger when you call the remove method, right? It won't see that as being an int. It will see it as being an object, and that should remove the 4 right here out of there. So we should see that happen. This should go away, and the 6 should just slide back onto there. So there we go. So if you're doing this yourself, right, it's easy to get those things confused when you're dealing with a list of ints or integers, however you want to look at it. So this is how you would kind of test this value-based removal instead of the int-based removal. Okay, I think that is it on the linked list implementation.